We are going to start this project out by painting the word thankful with our black chalk paint. So take a foam brush, add a little chalk paint, and cover the entire surface of the word as well as the outer edges and the insides of any of the letters. Next, we're going to take the piece of black and white buffalo plaid paper and your MDF pumpkin. You're going to take a pencil and trace around the pumpkin. Then you'll grab a scissors and cut out the shape you just drew. Now we're going to go back to our black chalk paint and we are going to paint around the outside of the pumpkin, the edges, and about 1/4 inch along the perimeter of the pumpkin. Just in case our paper doesn't line up perfectly, this will help disguise any imperfections. Once your paint is dry, you'll take glossy accents and glue down the piece of paper onto the pumpkin. Now it's time to create that beaded tassel. So take your piece of twine and one of your black beads, put the bead in the center of the twine and tie a knot. Then you'll put your 2 strands of twine together and string on the remaining 2 beads. Then we'll tie a knot at the top of the beads to hold them in place, and then you'll tie another knot at the top of the strands of twine, and this will help hold it onto the stem of the pumpkin. If the paper on the pumpkin overhangs the wood piece a little bit, you can take your sanding block, go at about a 45-degree angle and start sanding off the edges. You'll sand enough that it'll remove the excess paper and make it nice and flush with the wooden shape. You're going to keep your sanding block out, and now we are going to take the time to distress the word thankful. So take your sanding block and just run it along the edges of the word thankful and sand it down enough to get some of that MDF color showing through again. We are going to paint one more piece black, so grab your foam brush, your black chalk paint, and the maple leaf and cover the top of it in black paint. Once the paint is dry, then you can grab your sanding block again and distress the edges of the maple leaf. And now it's time to start gluing everything together to finalize the project. So you'll take your maple leaf and your glossy accents, put little glossy accents on the back of the leaf, and then secure it onto the pumpkin. The next step is to use hot glue and to secure your word thankful and pumpkin to the board. So make sure you have everything placed where you want it to be, have it nice and centered, and then you can use your hot glue gun and attach it to the board.